McDonald's the first governor ever tried and found guilty in the history of the Commonwealth.
We have all angles of this story covered tonight.
Governor, any reaction?
Thank you all for the way you've handled this. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
What's your reaction to this?
I'm obviously very disappointed that we couldn't bring this home for our client today, and we will appeal.
Is there anything you would have done different?
I can't think of it right now.
Where are you, Tim? What can you tell us?
Juan, I'm actually here. Wow, listen to that thunder. That just happened as soon as you cued me.
We're on the side of 95 northbound, right near the First Street Bridge, and 2 lanes of traffic are shut down, and it's really just crawling through here. I want to show you why. Take a look at this.
Now, this is the second playground fire at a Richmond elementary school in the past couple of months. There have been several over the past couple of years.
We are in New York Deli right now, where we're about to see a couple get married for the first time. This has been 11 years in the waiting. They are about to get the ceremony underway, and we're going to let them go ahead and do what they have to do.
A news reporter, AJ Legault, had called 911.
A 3-year-old boy found wandering alone in Petersburg is reunited with his family. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christina Ferrick.
I'm Juan Condi. And as you just heard, 8 News investigative reporter AJ Legault became part of that reunion today.
AJ is now standing by and live in Petersburg with more details on this story. AJ?
Christina, Juan, the little boy, about 3 years old, was found wandering here along this sidewalk alongside busy Washington Street around 9:30 this morning. He couldn't tell police his name, who his parents were, but it was a mystery we were able to help police quickly solve, and tonight that little boy has been reunited with his mother. Here's a spoiler alert. This story about this little boy has a happy ending, but it's a story that almost became a tragedy.
He was getting ready to cross the street, so the guy had come around and almost hit him.
Rodney Blackwell was taking his dog on a morning walk when he saw a little boy also on a stroll.
On the corner.
All by himself, wandering near one of Petersburg's busiest streets.
It just seemed so strange. Where's your parents this time of morning?
That was the Petersburg Police Department's same question.
Whenever police asked where he lived, what his name was, he didn't really have definitive answers. And at that time, police did a cursory view of the neighborhood and then went and started knocking on doors.
Having no luck IDing the boy.
So at that point, we started reaching out to all of our media partners.
Neighbors began their own canvass of the area.
I just walked all the way around, all on Whiff Street, back down Washington Street and up here to see if anybody's seen or heard about the mother or anything.
When this woman, who identified herself only as Tiffany, arrived home near where the child was found, she wondered if the mystery boy could be her nephew. Wondering became knowing the second we received the boy's picture from police.
That's my nephew. What the? Oh my God, what in the world?
Petersburg 911, where is your emergency?
Yes, this is AJ Legault at Channel 8. We've been able to get a name on your little boy that you're trying to find the parents. I'm talking with his aunt.
We followed along with the family as they rushed to social services to be reunited with little Darnell, who at this point was telling other reporters and the police that he was ready to go home.
The parents, but he said somebody needs to take him home. We are trying, sweetie.
The big question tonight, though, is just how that little boy ended up on this street corner all by himself. Police and social services are investigating. The family tells me that the boy was with a babysitter who may have dropped him off on these steps over here without even notifying the family, not checking to see if he made it inside. Of course, that is still part of the investigation tonight. We'll keep you updated as it develops.
It's common for employers to want to thank their employees for a year of hard work with a holiday party. But how much is too much to spend on a celebration? And should your tax dollars fund dinners at the Omni and a casino night? 8 News investigates. 3, 2, 1. December lights up with holiday cheer, and Richmond City employees were certainly dealt some merriment. Crab fondue, jumbo shrimp, and steak skewers. Just some of the mouth-watering menu items Richmond City workers were treated to on the taxpayer's dime at some rather nice holiday parties. Richmond's troubled Department of Social Services held a fancy affair inside the Richmond Omni's James River Room. The spread included a fruit and cheese display, potato bar, and turkey with all the fixings. The food cost? more than $9,000. And they raised the fun with a casino night. Poker tables, craps tables, and blackjack dealers were all shuffled in. You can bet it was a blast. But the whole party cost you, the taxpayer, more than $11,000.
That's certainly not the way I'd like to know that my tax dollars are being spent. When I think of the things that the city could use the money on, instead of parties at the Omni and that kind of food, not a good idea.
The holiday celebrations didn't stop there. The Department of Public Utilities spent more than $10,500 on holiday parties. Each division, stormwater, wastewater, communications, had their own celebration.
That's a lot of money. I mean, for-profit companies don't even spend that kind of money on holiday parties anymore.
The city's Economic Development Department was treated to a lovely spread. On the menu, elegant imported cheeses, beef and gorgonzola wrapped in bacon, and that jumbo shrimp, for a total of more than $3,400. And not to be forgotten, the mayor's executive team partied at Center Stage's Rhythm Hall for a tab of close to $4,000. All in all, the cash-strapped city of Richmond spent nearly $30,000 in public funds on holiday parties for its employees.
We've been told time and time again, there's nothing left to be cut out of the budget. There's no more fat on these bones. When we cut the budget this year, we're going to be really cutting in to services. And then I hear this, it's greatly concerning.
8 News obtained the receipts for the holiday parties through a Freedom of Information Act request. We shared those invoices with City Council President Charles Samuels. He was shocked.
We didn't know about it. There's no line item in the budget that specifically says holiday party fund or anything like that.
We did some comparing and found the city of Richmond spent 5 times more on holiday parties than any other surrounding locality. Henrico had brought food into a county building for $2,500. Colonial Heights spent about $4,000 on an employee luncheon. Petersburg had a band and food for employees at a city building for $5,500. Both Chesterfield and Hanover counties tell us they didn't spend a penny on parties. They don't use public funds for holiday celebrations.
It makes me mad. It shows that there is just a lack of consideration for the citizens of Richmond.
Rick Tacknell is part of the city watchdog group Better Government Richmond. He calls Richmond's parties excessive.
I think that some of the expenditures that you showed me are inappropriate, particularly the Department of Social Services expenditures, and a casino night on a holiday party I think is unconscionable. I don't understand how that could possibly have happened.
City leaders keep saying to taxpayers that we've stripped this budget as much as we can, yet we're spending $11,000 on a party at the Omni. It sounds excessive.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, because I used to be in the private sector, and they spend a whole lot more than that.
We questioned Richmond's acting director of social services about that big party and casino night at the Omni. Becky China says it was part of an effort to boost morale, and she says they have an $18,000 budget just for employee appreciation.
This was all about helping a group of people who kind of worked tirelessly, given and given and given. $11,000 to help, 300 to 400 people feel like that you appreciate them is probably, in the grand scheme of things, when you talk about long-term investment, I think personally I wouldn't have any trouble defending that.
China adds each guest had to pay $5 to attend, which raised $1,300 towards the bill. She also tells us DSS hadn't had a holiday party in 8 years.
So not likely to happen next year?
Well, not at $11,000, it probably won't.
DPU alone spent $10,500 on holiday parties for its employees this past December. Seems like a lot of money.
We also questioned Richmond's Director of Public Utilities, Bob Steidel, about DPU's share of the party bill.
These aren't parties, these are either recognition or celebration events.
Steidel says the DPU Christmas luncheon and holiday banquet is really about rewarding DPU's 700 employees for their hard work all year.
It's a way that we can recognize and celebrate our employees when we don't have times when we give them salary increases or we do salary adjustments.
For a city that is cash-strapped every year, looking at a shortfall again this year, isn't there a way to do it where the cost is not so much? Maybe you shouldn't rent out a lodge.
These are public dollars and we have to be stewards of them. We understand that. I think it's an appropriate amount.
I think City Council needs to have a serious talk with the administration about what's happened here.
We tried for several days to get an interview with Richmond CAO Byron Marshall to talk about that $30,000 in total the city used for those parties, but he couldn't seem to fit us into his schedule. Carrie O'Brien, 8 News.
Thanks, Kristen. We are in New York Deli right now where we're about to see a couple get married for the first time. This has been 11 years in the waiting. They are about to get the ceremony underway, and we're going to let them go ahead and do what they have to do.
Let's walk, walk, walk. Come on, girl. Come on. How you doing? Come on, over here. Hey, sweetie. Come on here. Walk, walk, walk. So we put it a little too long for that.
There we go. Okay, all right. We are here gathered in this wonderful historic place on this beautiful historic day to marry 2 beautiful women and bring this family together legally. Shirley and India and Sir Dylan. All right. So I have a question. Shirley, do you take India to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Yes, without question.
All right. And India, do you take Shirley to be your lawfully wedded wife?
Yes, indeed.
All right. And do you, each of you, promise to honor, cherish, and protect each other, both of you, and Dylan, of course, forsaking all others and holding on to her?
Yes.
All right. And we have rings?
We do.
So the ring is a symbol of unity, of unbroken love, which is what I know you already have been celebrating and living for some years, and now becomes very real and legal in this sense. So I want you to take the ring. Shirley, you starting with, you're putting, okay, there we go, and I want you to say after me, this ring I give as a sign.
This ring I give as a sign
Of my constant faith and abiding love.
Of my constant faith and abiding love.
And India, are you ready to do the same with Shirley?
Okay.
If we can, yeah, we have to get the ring. There we go.
Can you help me, Dylan? Come on, Dylan. Can you help me? Put it on Mama Shirley? Yeah. Okay.
Shirley, this ring I give.
Shirley, this ring I give.
As a sign of my constant faith.
As a sign of my constant faith.
And abiding love.
And abiding love.
You know, I'll just say a very quick word that you guys have been together for some...
And we're going to have much more on this ceremony coming up tonight on 8 News at 11 o'clock.
Good evening. Welcome to our 8 News special, The Best of Richmond. I'm Christina Fearig.
And I'm Amy Lacey. For the next hour, we're going to take a look at some of the places that you voted the best in Richmond. This is part of Richmond Magazine's annual Best and Worst issue.
To make sure every child in our area has a warm coat this winter.
And tonight, we're calling all coats. Our own 8 News anchor Juan Condi is live at Puritan Cleaners on Midlothian Turnpike with all those details. Juan, what's going on out there?
It has been such a fantastic evening, Amy, Christina. People from all over town are collecting coats. It's the third night of our Calling All Coats campaign, and tonight we're here at the Puritan Cleaners on Midlothian Turnpike and Courthouse Road.
It's Matt's Grade A Tailgate. People are coming by in droves, dropping off food or funds, but if you can't make it out here, go onto your computer because we have the virtual food drive.
Yeah, it's so easy. Go on WRSC.com. It walks you right through. You can click on items, see how much they would cost. You just pay for it right there, and you're good.
Now, you've been out here the whole afternoon here, Juan, and we're taking pictures and having fun.
Absolutely. You know, Matt is the king of selfies. Come take one with him, and then hashtag it 100K Meals.
Can't wait to see you out here. It's Matt's Grade A Tailgate, Puritan Cleaners on Staples Mill Road.
You're watching 8 News on the Move from the Grand Illumination at the James Center in Richmond.
We thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Juan Condi.
I'm Amy Lacey, and we are on the move this evening for the Grand Illumination.
In just about an hour, the entire area behind us is going to be lit up by some 5,000 light bulbs.
It is an amazing night, one of the best nights in this city. It is truly a celebration of the season. A lot of people are already gathering behind us, so it is going to be a great night.
3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas.
You can say that it really is the holiday season now in the River City. Everyone looks forward to the grand illumination every year, and this is just such a spectacular sight.